The VET price has soared in the last few days following Vechain's release of a new upgrade to its surface technology. Today, we'll take a look at the most realistic Vechain price prediction and the technical and underlying performance that's causing buyers to invest in VET. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Before we begin, make sure to press that like button and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more price predictions like that, as well as crypto market analysis. In spite of the fact that the digital asset hasn't seen enormous advances, the spike shows that VET has a lot of promise. In a largely mixed crypto market environment, the coin climbed to 13.09% on the daily chart. VET is currently trading at $0.12043, up 5.68% on the week. VET's price action, on the other hand, isn't the best. The token rose 6,236.7% from its all-time low of $0.00199 on March 2020 to an all-time high of $0.280991 on April 19th. Meanwhile, following a brief comeback in June, VET fell to $0.05783 on July 20th as a result of a crypto market catastrophe. It subsequently traded sideways for the majority of the crypto market collapse before rebounding on September 5th at $0.1539. VET has primarily maintained an uptrend growth in the last 2 weeks, given the increased acceptance of cryptocurrency. Also, with the crypto market gaining traction, VET has been trading at an average price of $0.10 this month. VET, like every other digital asset, is experiencing a significant rise. Let's look at the technical analysis. On the daily chart, VET is soaring beyond the 20-day moving average support price of $0.104, indicating a strong bullish trend in the asset price. The performance of the 200-day MA is somewhat lower as VET trades below the price peg of $0.12114. However, given developing fundamental strengths, the price is projected to alter. To enable widespread acceptance of its protocol, the Vechain Foundation recently released Surface, a significant improvement to its proof of authority consensus mechanism. The name, which stands for a secure use case adaptive, relatively fork-free approach of chain extension, is supposed to facilitate businesses' adoption of the company's blockchain technology. The upgrade, also known as POA 2.0, is up for a vote, with important resolutions expected in the following days. Let's have a look at the short-term pricing forecast for 2021. The asset has had substantial volatility so far this year, reaching its current ATH of $0.2782. So, where do we go from here? The forecast appears to be bright, according to the Economy Forecast Agency. Though the platform does not expect VET to achieve a new all-time high by the end of 2021, it does believe Vechain's price will rise from where it is now. The price forecast indicates that volatility will be modest in the latter months of 2021. You'll also observe that while the possible highs are falling, the opening prices are rising and the lows are rising. According to the Economic Forecast Agency, the Vechain price is expected to rise from a low of $0.09 to $0.13 in December. Vechain might reach $0.15 at its most extreme in October. It's not really exciting, but it's good news. However, they predict that by the end of 2021, Vechain will enter the month at $0.13, hit a low of $0.10, hit a high of $0.13, and complete the month at $0.11. This could be the start of a possible downward trend. Digital coins forecasts are much more bullish than those of the Economy Forecast Agency. They predict that VET isn't expected to retest its ATH or hit $0.2 before the end of 2021, but it might end the year at $0.164222932, which is higher than its current price. While the Economy Forecast Agency forecasted a low of $0.11 by the end of 2021, Digital Coin believes prices will not fall any lower than $0.164222932 by the end of the year, a difference of $0.05. Though this distinction may appear tiny at first look, it's crucial in the field of VET. It's also worth noting that, like the Economy Forecast Agency, Digital Coin appears to be predicting lower highs by the end of 2021. According to Digital Coin, a high of $0.17686763838 is expected in October, followed by a decrease of $0.16678701883 in November, and finally $0.164222932 in December. In spite of the fact that this is a slow fall, it could be good news for VET because it's still greater than its current price of $0.1117. Trading Beast's prognosis differs from that of the Economy Forecast Agency and Digital Coin. giving us the highest Vechain price prediction for 2021 to date. According to its forecast, the price of Vechain will continue to rise in the coming months, with greater highs, lower lows, and higher averages. However, it continues to doubt Vechain's ability to match its ATH. Trading Beast predicts that Vechain will have an average price of $0.1521776, a top price of $0.1902219, and a minimum price of $0.1293509 by the end of 2021. Trading Beast's highest price is more realistic than Digital Coin's projection of $0.164222932, while their minimum price is higher than the price predicted by Digital Coin. According to the economy forecast agency, VET will end the year at $0.11. So in 2021, is Vechain a viable investment? Yes, Vechain may be a secure investment in 2021, according to short-term Vechain pricing forecasts. No one expects VET to end 2021 at a lower price than now, which should be reassuring to investors. The main question now is whether its long-term prospects are as bright as those of its short-term counterparts. Let's take a look. The price of Vechain VET might hit a high of roughly $0.90 by the end of 2021, according to the investment analysis portal Prime XBT. Their research also predicts that a bear market could emerge when the current bullish impulse ends, with Vechain prices returning to where they are now. They also state that the backing Vechain has amassed so far in 2021 will have to hold up in 2022. On their candlestick chart, we see that this is the case. Prime XBT predicts a high of $0.28 and a low of $0.10 for Vechain between 2022 and 2023. Digital Coin predicts that the price of Vechain will continue to rise. It expects the overall trend to be favorable, with Vechain reaching $0.3360662645 by 2025. Vechain is expected to rise from $0.203786380 in 2022 to $0.23946064113 in 2023, according to Digital Coin. As seen in the chart, prices will continue to climb to $0.5222068829 by 2022, with a modest slowing in progress projected in 2027. If you're wondering how much Vechain will be valued in 2030, Digital Coin's price projections may help you make a decision. It has set the following price targets for Vechain over the next 7 years. $0.2037863803 in 2022, $0.23946064113 in 2023, $0.297642739 in 2024, $0.3360662645 in 2025, $0.4060408791 in 2026, $0.433116838 in 2027, $0.5222068829 in 2028. If these estimates are accurate, Vechain might be worth slightly more than $0.52 by the end of 2028. Vechain will hit $1 in the next few years, according to cryptocurrency price prediction. According to the platform, one VET will be worth $1.1403 by July 2025, rising to $1.2267 before the end of the year. This is the most upbeat forecast we've seen so far. Cryptocurrency price prediction has mentioned Vechain's collaboration with BMW and Walmart China as evidence that the network's retail solid ties will safeguard its long-term future. Vechain is expected to be worth $1.719 in 2021, growing to $0.3352 by the end of 2022, $0.3369 by the end of 2023, and an astonishing $1.2267 by the end of 2025, according to cryptocurrency price prediction. According to the predictions we've seen, Vechain's general trajectory is bullish, although some analysts believe that advancement would be modest beyond 2025. They do not believe that Vechain's current success is a one-time occurrence. Price predictors appear to suggest that Vechain could do substantially better than a long-term investment. Would it ever get to $1? Would you be interested in investing in VET? Please let us know in the comments section. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates. Please keep in mind that this information contains forward-looking statements that are subject to risks and uncertainties. The markets and instruments discussed in this video are for educational purposes only and should not be considered an offer to buy or sell these assets. Before making any financial decisions, you should conduct your own thorough research. That's it guys, see you in the next video.